talk.
Today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, 2 o'clock p.m. This is a special meeting of the Housing and Community Development Advisory Committee.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Housing and Community Development Advisory Committee. I'm Sylvia Arenas, Board Supervisor. Today's March 25th, and I am your chair this afternoon. We're going to call this meeting to order, and then we are going to take an oath.
I, Yvonne Martinez Beltran,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
to the Constitution of the United States and to the Constitution of the State of California,
and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties I am about to enter.
and that I will well and dutifully discharge duties I'm about to enter.
Thank you very much. Will you just sign that return before you leave?
Thank you.
Well, we are so official now that we can actually do roll call.
Member Liu,
Here.
Member Ramirez,
Here.
Member Mohan,
Here.
Member Offtop,
Present.
Member Risto,
Here.
Member Beltran,
Here.
Member Lopez,
Here.
and Chairperson Arenas.
I'm here too.
Thank you. You have a quorum.
Wonderful. We are going to move on to item number 2, which is our public comment. And this is for anyone here in person or online who would like to share any comments about anything that's not on today's agenda. We have one item on our agenda, so that pretty much leaves it open. If you're in person, please submit the yellow card, or if you're online, please raise your hand. And so we're going to check with Jess. What does it look like?
I have no requests for item 2.
Oh, I am surprised. All right, we're going to move on to item 3, and this is approving the consent calendar. I'd like to see first if there's any members of the public that would like to speak, and then I'll hear from my colleagues to see if there's anything that they would like to remove from consent.
I have no request to speak on item 3.
All righty, so let's see any changes that you'd like to see on consent from my colleagues. If none, I don't think we have to vote, Jess, right?
We do need a motion to approve last year's minutes.
Oh, last year's minutes, that's right. Of course. All right, I'll take a motion.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion by-
Perfect. There we are.
Motion by Member Lopez, second by Member Martinez Beltran. And Member Liu? Your vote, yea or nay?
Yes.
Member Ramirez?
Yes.
Member Mohan?
Yes.
Member Offtop?
Yes.
Member Risto? Member Martinez Beltran?
Yes.
Member Lopez?
Aye.
Chairperson Arenas.
Yes.
Thank you. That carries with 6.
Wonderful. So we are going to move right into item number 4, which is our fiscal year 2026-2027 annual action plan. Welcome. And I imagine you have a presentation.
We do, thank you.
Wonderful.
All right, good afternoon. I'm Natalie Monk, HCD Manager for the Office of Supportive Housing. The county continues to manage CDBG funds for the urban county and home funds on behalf of the county's home consortium. We're here today to present our proposed funding recommendations for fiscal year 27 prior to presenting the recommendations to the Board of Supervisors on April 28th. With me today, I have KJ Kaminsky, the Director of the Office of Supportive Housing, along with Katrina Anderson, our Program Manager, and Aaron Mackbull, our Senior HCD Specialist. These are our program staff. So the main role of the Housing and Community Development Advisory Committee is to advise the board on the proposed use of CDBG and home funds. You also help us make recommendations on the 5-year consolidated plan. The current 5-year plan was reviewed by this committee and approved at the Board of Supervisors last year, and we're entering into the 2nd year of this con plan cycle. As representatives of the urban county and our partner cities, it's important to receive your input on these recommendations. We present the funding recommendations to the HACDAC before they're presented to the board. And with that, I'll hand it over to Katrina.
Thank you, Natalie. A little background on CDBG. The county has been receiving CDBG funding since 1974. The urban county must have a combined population of 200,000 or more within the unincorporated areas and the 7 non-entitlement cities, which include Campbell, Los Altos Hill, Los Gatos, Montserrano, Morgan Hill, and Saratoga. As part of this partnership, every 3 years, HUD requires that we reach out to our urban county partner cities to see if they would like to continue to be part of the urban county, and we notify them of their right to be excluded from the urban county. We most recently reached out to the cities in spring of 2023, and all of the cities chose to renew. We provided HUD with documentation to renew our entitlement status so that we qualify as an urban county from federal fiscal year 24 through 26. We will begin the process for a renewal again this spring, and that renewal period will cover federal fiscal year 27 through 29. With our entitlement status, the urban county also receives approximately $1 million in annual home funding to fund the development of affordable housing. In 2014, the Home Consortium was expanded to also include the cities of Cupertino, Gilroy, and Palo Alto. This slide gives you an indication of what activities that may be eligible to be funded with CDBG. The first column shows HUD's national objectives, which include activities that benefit low and moderate income persons, activities designed to meet urgent community development needs, and activities that aid in the prevention or elimination of slums or blight. The second column shows the plans and priorities that have been outlined in the current 5-year consolidated plan. These consolidated plan priorities and goals were approved by the Board of Supervisors on June 3rd, 2025. This slide outlines the funding cycle. We released a 5-year NOFA in January 2025. Staff reviewed the applications and made initial funding recommendations to HACDAC on April 4th, 2025, and I believe we may be joined by some of our CDB subrecipients today. We are currently entering year 2 of the 5-year funding cycle, and now for this year's recommendations. This slide shows the amount of funding we expect will be available in fiscal year 27. We have not received our final allocation amounts from HUD yet, so our entitlement grant amounts for CDBG and home are estimated. For fiscal year 27, we estimate that the county will receive approximately $1.38 million in CDBG entitlement funds and approximately $800K in home entitlement funds. We have included contingency language in the funding recommendations in case the entitlement amount from HUD is different than our estimate. As staff develops the funding recommendations, we also take into account program income and prior year resources that can be programmed for fiscal year 27. We are required to follow the CDBG statutory spending caps, so no more than 15% of the annual entitlement grant and program income collected during the prior year can be used for public service projects, and no more than 20% of the entitlement grant plus estimated program income for the upcoming year can be used for program administration. For fiscal year 27, there is approximately $250K available for public service contracts, and I will now hand it over to Aram to review the proposed use of funds.
Thank you, Katrina. So administration is proposing to program approximately $7.1 million in CDBG and home funds for various housing and community development activities during fiscal year 2027. On this slide, you will see a list of the high-level programs we intend to fund in fiscal year 2027. Public services, fair housing, economic development, funding for the acquisition, rehabilitation, and development of property for shelters or affordable and supportive housing, and funding for minor home repairs for low-income homeowners. On this slide, there's a list of public service programs we plan to fund in the coming year. These funding recommendations include 13 public service projects estimated to provide approximately 1,600 people with critical services, including legal advice, temporary housing and shelter, case management, senior supportive services, and mentorship for at-risk youth. Next slide, please. On this slide, you'll see some of the additional activities that we are proposing to fund in fiscal year 2027, which includes fair housing and funding for approximately 40 minor home repairs for low-income homeowners. The full list of recommended projects and programs can be found in Attachment A of the staff report.
Today, we are asking for your review and approval of the proposed funding recommendations. A public comment period on the draft annual action plan officially opens today and will close on April 28th. We will present the draft annual action plan to the Board of Supervisors on April 28th, after which we will submit the annual action plan to HUD and then enter into agreements with selected service providers for fiscal year 27. That concludes our report, and we're happy to take any questions.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to look for our public comment first and then hear from my colleagues.
I believe if you would like to formally open the public hearing.
I would love to open the public hearing for
Thank
this.
you. And with that, I have one request to speak from in chambers and 3 requests to speak on Zoom.
All right, let's do 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Our first speaker in chambers is Melanie Four.
Good afternoon, Housing and Community Development Advisory Committee. My name is Melanie Four. I'm the Community Impact Manager at Upwards. On behalf of our Boost team, thank you for your continued leadership in supporting families and child care providers across Santa Clara County, and for staff's recommendation to keep investing in programs that strengthen our local child care ecosystem. Santa Clara County is facing a significant child care shortage. Fewer than 1 in 3 children who need care have access to a licensed slot, and meanwhile, the average annual cost of infant care here exceeds $51,500, clearly a substantial burden on us working families. These challenges are compounded by rising operating costs, workforce shortages, and administrative complexity, making it increasingly difficult for providers to sustain, let alone grow their business. Good news is Boost is designed to directly address these challenges. Boost supports low to moderate income family child care providers in strengthening and expanding their operations through personalized coaching and hands-on business support. Providers work one-on-one with experienced care specialists to build a customized business action plan covering marketing, financial management, licensing and insurance, enrollment optimization, and staff and recruitment and retention. Providers also receive free access to our child care management system, a platform that streamlines enrollment, billing, attendance tracking, and curriculum planning. Importantly, Boost graduates retain free access to this platform beyond the program year, ensuring long-term sustainability. Through this support, we help providers increase enrollment, stabilize revenue, create local teaching assistant jobs, and expand access to affordable, high-quality care in a region where demand far exceeds supply. In my final seconds, I'll give a quick example from Kelly Harmon of Second Star to the right. With support from our TA subsidy, she was able to cover fingerprinting and CPR certification for her newly hired assistant and streamlines her day-to-day operations through our platform. Thank you so much.
With that, we'll go to Zoom. Our first speaker on Zoom is Milton Cadena. We'll open your microphone. You'll have 2 minutes to speak. The timer will start when you begin speaking. 1 moment. If you could pause your comments. I can see that you're speaking, but cannot hear it in chambers. We'll ask our, okay, try one more time, Milton.
Can you hear me now?
We can, thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, Chairperson and board members. My name is Milton Cadena, Program Director for Senior Services at Catholic Charities. Today, I'm here to advocate for our long-term care ombudsman program and to thank you for the ongoing support and the recommendation of funding of $10,093 for next year. We truly appreciate your support. The Ombudsman advocates for the most vulnerable residents in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. Authorized by the Federal and State Older Americans Act, we protect residents' rights, dignity, and well-being. Also, investigate and resolve complaints of quality of care and abuse, mediate disputes, make referrals, witness advanced health care directives, and help prevent inappropriate discharges. All long-term care facilities are mandated to keep posted our contact information in a visible area, and our services are always free of charge for the residents and their family members advocating for them or acting on their behalf. For Urban County, we cover 11 skilled nursing facilities and 24 RCFEs, residential care for the elderly facilities with 6 beds or more, totaling 2,230 beds across the cities covered under Urban County. With your continued partnership, we can keep making a meaningful difference, and I thank you for the recommendation.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Deanne Everton. You'll have 2 minutes. Please go ahead.
Thank you to the County of Santa Clara Housing and Community Development Advisory Committee for your support of the work of Rebuilding Together over the last 10 years, funding critical home repairs and safety modifications for some of our community's most vulnerable. In fact, 477 households in total with an average income of just $43,000. Most at 30% of median income or below. Older adults and people with disabilities making tough choices every day between food and medicine and overdue home repairs and safety modifications. We know that the condition of our home has a direct impact on the health of its residents. Health is so greatly impacted by the condition of a home that every dollar spent on urgent home repairs can save $19 in Medicare and Medicaid costs. So not only do the repairs we make at no cost to the recipient make those tough daily choices a little easier, but they also generate a social value for the homeowners, their families, their caregivers, the healthcare system, taxpayers, that far surpass the cost of the repair. It is proven that home preservation is the best and most affordable housing option for many low-income households, costing about 26 times more to build a new affordable housing unit than to repair an existing one. Rebuilding Together has committed the last 35 years to preserving and protecting our current housing stock. Our work of stabilizing homes supports generational wealth while reducing the risk of displacement. Your support of the work of Rebuilding directly addresses the county's consolidated plan's goals to preserve existing housing and invest in housing stability. We, along with our neighbors in need, are grateful for your continued partnership to support this important work in fiscal year 26-27. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Georgia. We'll open your microphone. Please go ahead.
Hello. Georgia Basile, Directing Attorney at Senior Adults Legal Assistance, or SALA. We provide free legal services to seniors throughout the county, targeting clients that are low income or at risk of abuse, housing instability, or loss of independence. Our current Urban County CDBG grant supports expanded availability of our services for seniors in Campbell, Morgan Hill, Los Gatos, and Saratoga, and we thank you. We provide our services at appointments at senior centers in these jurisdictions and by phone for clients that cannot leave their homes. 75% of the seniors that we have served this year from these jurisdictions are very low income. 55% are 75 or older, and 42% have a disability. We are recommended for funding in the action plan, and we thank the staff. We address a range of matters impacting our clients' lives. We address income insecurity by assisting clients with problems involving the public benefits, Social Security, SSI, Medicare, and Medi-Cal they rely on for basic needs. We address housing instability by assisting clients worried about eviction, clients needing reasonable accommodations, or clients whose housing is in jeopardy. And we address elder abuse and domestic violence by assisting clients that are victims of abuse, both physical and financial, usually by someone living in their homes or someone they know. We can't charge fees for our services or accept fee-generating cases. The primary way that we support our services is through grants like CDBG. In this current economic climate, your funding is more critical than ever to help us provide the highest level of service in these jurisdictions. So we thank you again for our current funding, and we hope you'll support the staff recommendation. Thank you.
Our final speaker is Carol Kahn. We'll open your microphone. And please go ahead.
Thank you so much. I'm Carol Kahn, the Executive Director of Project Sentinel. I want to extend my sincere gratitude and support from the Housing and Community Development Advisory Committee and for the staff recommendations for both our fair housing services as well as our tenant landlord counseling and dispute resolution services. We also provide a tremendous amount of support to community members in the form of education, training, workshops, and presentations. We are on the ground in many of the major cities and including the unincorporated areas of Santa Clara County. Overwhelmingly, our caseload relates to persons of low to extremely low and very low income status. We are often at the edge of serving those who are the most vulnerable to potentially losing their housing or having that housing destabilized. We work upstream when we receive complaints to investigate those complaints thoroughly, to reach out generally to landlords to see what we can do to resolve the situation and avoid any further court action or destabilization through eviction. In our Fair Housing Department in particular, we're very keen on conducting those audits and tests to ensure that discriminatory practices are not ongoing in the communities we serve. I'll end there and happy to take questions and thank the Housing and Community Development Committee again for your support and for the staff recommendations. Thank you again.
And that concludes public comment.
Thank you so much. I'm going to look at the lights that have been, if you press on your mic, I can call on you. Member Aftab.
I had a question. Thank you for the presentation for all the materials. I was looking at the packet, page 22, 4BB, which are the agencies, groups, and organizations who participated as part of the outreach, and all the cities are listed there. I had a clarification question because agencies like Campbell, Monte Sereno, Los Altos Hills, in terms of the section of the plan that was addressed by the consultation, it was primarily capital improvements. Can you share a bit more about some details of some of those capital improvements, please?
Thank you for that question. Typically, every year, we put out a request to our partner cities to see if they have a capital improvement project that will meet CDBG funding requirements. We didn't get any this year, but in the past, we've had Morgan Hill is just finishing up their all-inclusive playground shade structure improvements. Campbell has used funds to upgrade their community center, the track at the community center. We have a project in, I believe it's Los Altos Hills, that's finishing up ADA improvements from a prior fiscal year. So capital improvements in projects like that, typically we see if a city has something for us and offer to fund it.
All right, thank you.
Member Mohan.
Thank you. I had a clarification on a couple of the slides that you showed a few seconds ago. I'm assuming on slide 10, where you said West Valley, is that the same as West Valley Community Services?
That is correct.
Okay. And then on an earlier slide, you had a line item which said unprogrammed project income. And so my question was, why was it unprogrammed, and what is the source of this project income?
Thank you for that question. Typically, we receive program income yearly from prior loans that we've issued to projects. So there may be housing developments that are repaying loans. And so sometimes we're not aware of exactly how much funding we're going to receive. And so we look to reprogram that for the following fiscal year for a project that we have upcoming.
Okay, so it's sort of leftover funds from the previous year?
Typically, or in many cases, it's we receive a loan repayment or program income from CDBG or home that we previously issued that is being returned to the county. And then Katrina's saying we program that in the next fiscal year in many cases.
Okay, and just one last question. So the assumption is that that money is returned because the beneficiaries didn't need it? Or?
Not necessarily. In most cases, in some cases, we issue the funds as a grant. In some cases, we issue the funds as a loan to help construct a project. And then if the loan, if they're making a payment to us, then we receive those funds and we can then reprogram them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Member Ramirez.
Thank you, and thank you for this presentation. On page 22 in the packet number 3, it talks about who you worked with in the city and the elected officials. It says you worked with city and elected officials. Can you tell me who in the city you work with and what elected officials you connected with?
Thank you for that question. We meet regularly with the housing department for the cities who bring up varying concerns that they may have heard from council. And so that's who we typically are working with to help us gather information.
Okay, and then, City of Gilroy has their own CDBG funding. We're not part of the urban county funding, but we are part of HOME. And it shows that $786,000 is going to new construction, acquisition with rehab, or other eligible project proposals. Where the CDBG funding shows specifically, and thank you for funding Community Solutions down in South County, but can you be more specific as to what that funding is going to?
Can you clarify, you're talking about CDBG funding or the home funding?
The home funding. So thank you for identifying where the CDBG funding is going, and thank you for sending, $40,000 to Community Solutions or recommending. But the home funding, it just shows like $700 and something thousand, and then it just kind of gives a generic description as to what it's going to. And I'm just wondering if you could be more specific as to what projects.
Thank you for the question. So the way the county typically programs home funding is we allocate it in one allocation to housing development. And then over the course of the fiscal year, we typically return to the board to program the funds to specific projects. So currently, we have a couple of projects in our managed pipeline that are eligible for these funds that we would return to the board later this fiscal year to request to program.
So that's just allocated throughout the year at
Yes.
various different times?
As projects are ready.
Okay, and is there a website or a link or something that would show the pipeline?
We have various legislative files on our website, which shows projects that have been funded and reports that show our current pipeline of projects. So we could share something like that.
I would love to see that, please, so that, given that Gilroy is part of HOME, I just want to make sure that I'm advocating that some of it comes down to fulfill the needs that we have in Gilroy. So if you're going to email me that link, or how can I get a hold of that information?
Yeah, we can follow up with you with that information.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, Member Liu.
Thank you, Chair. Similar comments, actually, to Member Ramirez. I would love to see more details of how the home allocations projects will be determined, and just what those projects are and where they will be determined. A specific question. In the annual action plan on page 21, there's that first goal, the sort of chunkiest one that has the $3 million of home funding. And the goal outcome says that 5 rental units will be constructed and then 2 other units will be constructed. So I just have a bunch of, I can give you a second to find the page if.
So that category is referencing a project that we have committed funds to in Palo Alto, 3001 El Camino Real.
Okay. The AP 20 annual goals and objectives, sort order 1, that's referencing a single specific housing project?
It's referencing both CDBG and home. The home funds, I believe, have been committed to 3001 El Camino.
Oh, okay. I had no idea that was, or I could not tell from the packet that was reported, allocated specifically to Palo Alto, and that's interesting. And so what are, for example, the, 5 rental units I understand, what are the 2 other units that may be covered by that?
Those actually might not be home units. This report gets downloaded from a HUD database that likes to smash things together. So those probably actually fall under the CDBG category instead. So the home units would be the 5 household units that are being constructed, and the other 2 are falling under the CDBG category.
Okay. And so that $3 million home budget, that's for 2025 to 2030. So that's not, I'm trying to understand what is annual here and what is from 2025 to 2030, because I see that start year, end year, and that's sort of throwing me off. Is that $3 million in home funding for that project just for 2027, or is that the funding over the lifetime from 2025 to 2030?
So again, this is kind of the smashed table from the HUD database, but the 2025 to 2030 is grouping up the goals that we'll have for the next 5 years. And this funding that's listed in that box is the funding that we're planning to spend for fiscal year 27. Some of that includes prior fiscal years that were unspent funds that we will be spending, the home funds will be spending about $2.5 million at ECR.
Okay. All right. It's good to hear, pleasantly surprised by that reference to Palo Alto, and appreciate the clarification. Would welcome any more information just about how projects are selected and what may come in the pipeline over the coming years.
Yeah, maybe I can add a little bit to that. So for the past 8 years, the county has had an over-the-counter NOFA, which included all of our sources of funds, including home and CDBG. And because it was over the counter, developers were able to bring us projects as they were ready, and we were able to look at all of our funding sources across the board and identify which funding source was the best fit for projects that were ready to go. So as jurisdictions, as developers had projects, they would bring those to us, and then we would fund them as they were ready and they met the minimum requirements. So home and housing development funds within CDBG have been used that way to date. And at this point in time, our board has taken action that our priority is to use available funds to support the pipeline of projects that we've currently approved. So that pipeline does include projects that are in many of our urban, county, and home consortium cities. So we're happy to share information about what those projects are with you, if that's helpful.
That's really useful clarification. So over the coming years, if a project isn't approved, it will likely not get home funding, and home funding so far has been allocated sort of based on the projects that have applied over time, which were not necessarily master planned by the county, but just depended on the applicants as they came in.
Yes.
Got it.
We receive very roughly about $1 million in home funds each year, plus program income. So it's not a huge amount of money that we're receiving. So we're looking at any prior year income, the current allocation as entitlement funds, and trying to make sure that we're matching those to our pipeline to support projects that are ready to go.
Wonderful. Thank you. Was this related to the last questions?
Kind of,
Member
yeah.
Ramirez?
You see the look in my eye?
Yes, go ahead before we
just
move
curious
on.
as to when, just because I have to report back on this, when can I expect to get that list of projects?
Maybe I can give a little bit more detail now,
Perfect,
if that's
that'd
all
be
right. So in the city of Gilroy, we're partnering with you all for a county-owned site located at 8th and Alexander.
That's what I thought.
I believe there is, I believe staff is going to give council an update at your next meeting. So that project is in progress and could be a potential candidate for home funds. So that's one example of a project that is in our managed pipeline already that could use these funds.
Okay, but you'll still send a link with all the other projects?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Member Risto, thank you for your patience.
No worries. Thank you. First of all, thank you for the report, and I would say that I'm so impressed and so grateful that we have so many nonprofits that can really leverage the funds and are reaching our communities across so many different fronts. I know on a micro level, that's the only way Los Gatos can make any of our money do anything, and I see this across the county. I have kind of a little question about, on packet page 54, under affordable housing, there's tables 6 and 7, and they talk about one-year goals for supporting households. You see that? So in there, the first table, when it talks about the one-year goal for number of households to be supported, it's a large number, 1,526. But then the one-year goals for the number of households supported through various measures, that adds up to, can you find the table, or did I? Okay. That adds up to a much smaller number. So 2 questions. One is, why is the goal for rental assistance 0, or is that covered somewhere else? And 2, how will 1,526 households be supported when the various methods outlined in the next table only hit 44?
So for direct rental assistance is not one of the programs that we're actually funding. We don't, one of our public services is not a direct rental assistance. We have a different funding that we work with for some of that, and it's not CDBG or home funding. That's why that one's 0. Okay. And sorry, can you repeat the other part of the question?
Well, the list in the first table talks about a total of 1,526 households that, the goal is to support them. And then the table below it itemizes methods of support that only add up to 44 households. So I'm guessing there's other methods.
The first table is the public services that they will, the amount of guesstimated people who will benefit from the public services. The other ones are households that will benefit from either new construction or the rehab to their home under rebuilding, one of the Rebuilding Together programs. So there's separate things that they're counting.
Okay, so that's a subset of ways they'll be supported.
Yes.
And then I guess the follow-on question, so rental assistance is just listed there, but that's not part of the program?
Yeah, it's one of HUD's regular things that we could do. It's just not a program we happen to have at the moment.
Okay, and then the other is the acquisition of existing units. Is that a program we have that we're just not going after, or that's also 0?
It's one right now that we're just unsure of exactly how many people we would target this year. We're not sure if we're acquiring a new building.
Okay, thank you very much.
Perfect. Member Martinez.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, staff, for the presentation. I had a few questions. One, I wanted to see, I do see that there are past funds that were available. I wanted to understand what that was for, and if we had talked last year about federal funding and what we anticipated could be changed. Didn't really have much information, and trying to get an update on that and what we did see change so that we could try to project, try.
So the first question was about the prior funds that were unspent. Sometimes we have programs that don't end up using all of their funds, and sometimes we don't end up programming every bit of our fund for a year because we only have so much funds, and if we're looking to do a bigger project, we might have to kind of stack for a year or two to make sure that we have funding that makes a difference in a project. And then I'll let KJ answer the second part of your question.
Just to that, can you tell me what programs did not use all of their funds, or was that funding that was stacked?
I believe it's our Housing Development Fund. We didn't identify a project this past year to either acquire a new site or build a new building with just yet, and so those have rolled over to now be programmed for something this year that we're hoping to acquire.
Okay, and that was for how much? I saw there was one 400,000. I don't recall what the other one was.
So the 400,000 is our estimated program income for this coming year that we anticipate receiving from repayments from loans. We have some prior program year income that we're looking to reprogram this year, and that's, I think, the 600,000 that maybe you've seen. And there's about 1.4 in CDBG funds from a couple different years. There's a couple projects that didn't end up moving forward, and so we're kind of collecting small amounts from a couple different fiscal years to combine them so that one project could benefit from them.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And just to add on that, before I get to the sort of federal funding question, KJ Kaminsky, Director for the Office of Supportive Housing, I think, with these federal dollars, one of the advantages of including them in the broader countywide pool of funding is that we can be strategic to make sure we're covering all geographic areas, but also not spreading small amounts of federal dollars across all projects, which can be really administratively burdensome. Federal dollars come with a lot of requirements. And so we use them and put them into projects in larger amounts, but then we're also using other funding sources to support other projects as well. So that we're essentially leveraging Measure A, our No Place Like Home, all the other funding sources that help us develop affordable housing too, and put these funds into, basically have larger buckets of CDBG and home funds into projects because they have so many requirements. We wouldn't want to spread them out across every.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I can understand
Yeah.
administratively that covers up.
And in terms of federal funding outlook, we all know the sort of unpredictable place where we are right now in terms of federal funding. I think what we know is that the current recommendation was level funding for CDBG and home, which is good news for all of us. And we also know that there have been, we have been, the county has been working to protect our federal funds from some of the restrictions and unlawful requirements that the federal government was trying to place on these funds. And we currently, just to provide an update, we currently have an injunction. There's currently an injunction on HUD for enforcing many of the terms that they were placing on these federal dollars. That case is still pending, but currently we're able to receive these funds and allocate them as we have for years to the projects that we know need them the most and serve the people that are residing in our community in the way that we know best serves them. So we will, as if there are updates, we're happy to share those as that case moves forward. But right now, it's we do have the injunction in place and are able to continue to receive the funds.
That's great. Thank you. I also wanted to ask about the process for funding a project. Could you just walk us through what that process is? It sounds like before it was over the counter. Is that not happening anymore? You put the NOFA out in January. After that, kind of what I'm trying to understand when we might be able to interject in that process.
Thank you. It depends on the category of thing that we're funding. So for public services, we open a NOFA at the beginning of the 5-year period and give everyone a chance to apply and then set the awards for the first year and then work from that pool for subsequent years. For CIP projects with our city partners, as Katrina mentioned, we typically reach out to cities December, January-ish of each year and see which cities have potential CIP projects. For housing development, until now, we've had our over-the-counter NOFA, and we're still working through the pipeline of projects that we've already approved from that NOFA. Once we, knock on wood, make it through that pipeline and have all those projects funded, then we would need to open a new NOFA at that point in time.
How long is usually that process where you know if you've had them funded or?
We have a number of projects in our pipeline now that are not fully funded, so it will take us some amount of time to work through that pipeline. So we're not anticipating opening a NOFA this year, but in the next year, 2 years, something like that, we might.
Okay, excellent. And then, can't read my own writing here. I'll have to, I think I got that one answered. Thank you.
No worries. And will you alert the members of this board when if you decide, if the timing is right and all the stars are aligned, and you release that NOFA, so that way we are at the very least alerted and can convey to our city counterparts that there is this opportunity. But I know that you're all in constant communication with cities and understanding what the needs are there. It would also just close the loop to have that communication include the members of the board. And I know every year it might look a little different, hopefully not. All right, so we are going to move forward. I don't hear any direction for staff, so if somebody can give me a motion, that would be great. Oh,
If you
yes, Jess.
formally close the public hearing
I will.
for me?
I don't have a gavel, Jess.
That is entirely my fault, and I do apologize.
I can't feel formal, but I will gavel in and end of the hearing now. And then I think we still need to hear from our public.
You do not, that the public has been addressed, so if
Oh,
you'd like.
that's right.
to
Yes, after the presentation, we did that. I'm sorry.
Move to item 4B, that would take a motion.
Great. So if we could get a motion, please, that would be wonderful.
Chair, I'll move to approve the fiscal year 2026-27 annual action plan for the community development.
I'll second.
Wonderful. Make it a motion.
Very good. So on motion of Member Martinez Beltran, second by Member Lopez, I will take the roll. Member Liu?
Yes.
Member Ramirez?
Yes.
Member Mohan?
Yes.
Member Aftab?
Yes.
Member Risto?
Aye.
Member Martinez Beltran?
Aye.
Member Lopez?
Aye.
Chairperson Arenas?
Yes.
Thank you. That carries unanimously.
Wonderful. Okay, so thank you so much for the presentation, all the information. We look forward to seeing NOFAs on the sunrise sometime soon. Alrighty, we're going to move on to item 5, which is the chairperson's announcements. And lo and behold, I do have an announcement, guys. We have an affordable housing month in May, and my office is going to be hosting with SV at Home a Roots and Roofs farm worker housing resource fair. And the event is going to focus on critical need for farm worker housing, serving as an informative workshop for farm workers as well, to provide them with valuable information about their rights and resources that are available. You are all invited. That is May 14th, and I can send more information if you're interested. Alrighty, and let's see. We're going to move on to item number 6. And Jess, I'm going to guess that item does not need public comment, or does it?
That's correct. Announcements do not need public
Great.
comment.
Item 6 is staff announcements, and I'm wondering if there's any announcements.
Thank you, Chairperson. Just 2 quick announcements. Also for Affordable Housing Month, we are working to host a forum to meet with stakeholders who work with agricultural workers to share information about the county was recently awarded a CERNA grant to support agricultural workers and have paired that with our manufactured home purchase program. So that forum will provide information about how to apply. And we also have some events related to our community plan to end homelessness update. We are in the final year of our regional strategic plan process, and so our team has been working with many of the staff in your cities for the last year The draft plan is now posted on our website, and we'll be hosting community engagement events in North County, South County, West Valley, and in San Jose to gather community feedback as we work to finalize that plan. And so those events will also be posted on our Office of Supportive Housing website.
And I just want to say congratulations once again. This is, I think, the first time in a long time we've received funding this way for our agricultural workers. And the very exciting thing here, it is potential home ownership for that community, which is, as we know, creates generational wealth and stability for families, and just really looking forward to that forum. All right. Any other announcements? I'll invite my colleagues if they have anything they want to share. No. All righty. Okay, so then this is the end for all of us until next year. I will see you all. I'm going to call this meeting and adjourn it. Thank you.
Brief reminder to make sure to sign and return your oaths before you leave the room.